it is time for the 450 main event. Let's get down to the gate here. We have Reese, Jin, Stone Rider, Gerb, Dorian, Nightless, Troy, Steez, Aiden, Panda, Connor, Ranch, Vinny Besson, Pelster, Aiden, Rubes, Lemunion, Greg, Beast, and Jones joining us tonight for the top 20 riders who qualified into the main event. 15-second board is sideways. The gate is about to drop. Let's see who's going to get the whole shot here. Looks like it's going to be Nightless. He has been getting hole shots all night. But Steez gets a better run through that opening rhythm section and makes his way into the number 1 spot. Here comes Ranch in second, trying to make a pass for the lead now, and it looks like he's going to get it. But back and forth, him and Steez are, as Steez reclaims the lead here. Ranch makes a mistake and goes down. Nightless moves up into the second place spot. Reese into third. Ranch gets pushed back to fourth, and here is Beast in fifth. Troy on the McMonster Kawasaki in sixth. Aiden in seventh. Your series points leader, Rubes, was in eighth and went down, so there goes Dorian claiming the 8th place position. Rubes still ghost riding. Down bad. Loses a lot of spots here, but we will see how far he is able to hard charge up to the front because we know what Rubes is capable of. But for now, let's go on board with Nightless as we have a 3-way battle for the lead. Let's actually get on board with his helmet cam here. Steez makes a mistake and goes down in that corner, so Reese on the Bud Racing Husqvarna moves into first. But just as I say that, Nightless comes through hot in that rhythm section, getting all of his triples down cleanly and moves into the number 1 spot. But Reese still hot on his tail. Both riders diving to the inside here. $18 minutes left to go in this main event as Reese tries to triple in, not able to get it cleanly. Can he keep it up? Yes, he does. He manages to keep it up on 2, but loses some bike lengths to Nightless. Steez starting to catch up a little bit as their friend Troy on the McMonster Kawasaki in 4th place is starting to work his way up as well. So Beast sitting in 5th, Aiden in 6th, Dorian in 7th, Jones in 8th, Greg the Legend in 9th, and it's Aiden on the K-Bell Suzuki who rounds out your top 10. Where is Rubes sitting all the way back in 13th? Reese makes it around Nightless for the lead. I think we're going to see a lot of good battles here tonight. I think the racing is going to be very intense for the next 17 and a half minutes, and I think it's going to be very close because this track is pretty tight. I won't say it's simple, but it's a little bit more straightforward than the other aerial tracks that we've seen. Obviously, that's not anything to do with Nico or Stone Rider. That's just how the AMA built this track, or Dirtworks. But yeah, so Steez in 3rd, currently battling with Troy and Beast. Nightless falling back just a little bit off of Reese, so Reese has potential and opportunity to check out now. Beast gets a good drive, but cases the triple on his way into the corner. Could have been a good opportunity to strike on Troy and take over the 4th place spot, but he wasn't able to get it. Let's see what he can make happen. All 5 of these riders are in tight as Troy goes down, makes a mistake, tips it over in the corner. Beast takes the 4th place spot away. Steez still holding on to 3rd. Nightless still in 2nd, right on the tail of Reese. Let's get down here a little closer because I want to hear these bikes. Oh no, Reese makes a mistake in the whoop section and goes down, so Nightless is going to take the lead away, but makes a similar mistake immediately and gives it over to Reese's teammate Steez on the Bud Racing Husqvarna. Steez in the lead, hard charging, just holding on, doing as best as he can to keep it consistent as Nightless cases that triple and goes down and gives it right back to Reese. So the 2 Bud Racing Honda representatives here in the main event tonight are 1 and 2. We have not seen this since probably round 1, if I recall, when Reese and Steez, or it might have been round 2, when they were up front battling it out. But nevertheless, Nightless in 3rd. It's Aiden on the FXR Kawasaki who holds on to 4th now, and here comes Dorian, the rider who is 3rd in the points. rounding out your top 5, but he's going to get it clean over Nightless and just barely manages to miss Aiden as he jumps his way over that finish line into 3rd, and here comes Troy in 4th. So Nightless, who was in a prime position to take away the lead, ends up getting pushed back to 5th, but look at that. Dorian and Troy both make mistakes in front of him and just hand the podium away as Nightless now moves his way into the 3rd place position. It's going to be crazy, guys. This is going to be such a good race. Reese has now caught up to Steez and is on the tailpipe of his teammate. Let's see if he can make a pass here anytime soon. Sorry about that. Steve's trying to hold on to it now as Reese is still edging ever so close. Both riders opting for the triple-double. That triple in is pretty tough, but if anything's going to get it done, it's the 450 as Reese makes a mistake in the whoop section and goes down. There's something about these whoops that are a little bit deceptive. Somebody was asking me after I released the track preview what I thought about the whoops, and I didn't really have an opinion on them yet because I hadn't ridden them enough, but there was something about them that was just a little bit weird, I think, and we're seeing that tonight. Riders aren't able to get through the whoop sections as cleanly as they have before. Nightless gets a good run through the rhythm section, makes a pass on Reese on the inside corner, and then ends up going down in the next rhythm section, so here comes Dorian. Aiden MX on the K-Bell Racing Suzuki has now moved his way up into a top 5 spot. Makes a mistake in the rhythm section, manages to keep it up, but we have a battle for 3rd between Dorian and Nightless as Nightless and Dorian connect in the air. Dorian gets collected and goes down, so here comes Aiden once again battling for a 4th place spot, but he's got to outrun Troy, who's chasing him down. His teammate Gerb is back here. Aiden looking for some wins, maybe before the aerial season finishes, hoping for a better season in PDSX, which will begin sometime this next month. 4 riders deep in the whoop section here as Troy makes a mistake, bobbles a little bit, lets Gerb get by. Oh, but Gerb gets into it with Troy and goes down as well, so Dorian making a little bit of a gap here on Aiden, still trying to hunt down Nightless. Let's check up in the number 1 spot as it is Reese Cooper on the Bud Racing Husqvarna who has taken the lead. Steez now falls back into 2nd, takes a look behind him, trying to see maybe who is on him and who he might have to worry about, but the answer right now is nobody immediately. Nightless is crossing the finish line about 5-6 seconds back from that battle. So let's stay on board here as the 2 Bud Racing Honda teammates are trying to battle it out for the lead. Steez almost makes a mistake and goes over the bars, but manages to keep it up. Reese getting a much better run through the whoop section this time. 12.5 minutes remaining here in tonight's main event. Reese going for another victory here as he has 1 or more of these wins under his belt for this long season that we've had in the 450 class. Aiden manages to get around Dorian and now moves up into the 4th place spot. So K-Bell trying to put it on the box tonight as he's hunting down Nightless now for the podium. Let's take a look at lap times here. Dorian's fastest lap of 53. Aiden's fastest lap of 51.6. Nightless with a 53. Steez with a 53. Reese with a 52.3. So Aiden has the speed to catch up. He's just got to do it consistently. Nightless is also running faster laps than Steez and Reese are, but he's had some mistakes that have put him on the ground, so he's got to keep it up. Steez in 2nd, Nightless in 3rd, Aiden in 4th, Dorian in 5th. So taking a look back beyond the top 5 here, we have Troy on the McMonster Kawasaki in 6th, Aiden on the FXR Kawasaki in 7th, Gerb on the K-Bell Kawasaki in 8th. Greg the Legend, one of your heat winners tonight, is sitting in 9th. Oh, as he wheelies up the face, drops the front end in the air and goes over the bars. But there is nobody there to take that position away from him immediately. It is Beast on the 180 decals ride who is holding on to your top 10, and there is a significant gap between him and Greg. Ranch, having bad luck here in the main event, has fallen back to 11th after having a very good start and a potentially promising race. Rubes is sitting in 12th, and for some reason decided to ride a Yamaha 2-stroke tonight. So we have Jones here, Panda, Stone Rider, LeMunyon, Pelster, Vinny Besson, And there again is your race leader, Reese, as he is beginning now to lap these riders. Next one in his sights is Pelster, who was given the 14th place position last lap, but we'll see if that's true. So Steez trying to not let his teammate go anywhere. Reese gets into it with Pelster maybe. Didn't exactly see what happened, but it is going to be Steez who takes the lead away. Man, if Steez can come out with a moto win here tonight in the 450 class, he is going to be ecstatic. He's been grinding for it all season long as he rolls the entry there in double doubles. Reese gets the better drive into that section and makes the pass into the lead once again. But they are all but bar to bar here as we come into the whoop section with just under 10 minutes left to go. This main event is already halfway over, and the Bud Racing Honda riders have been battling it out for practically the entire time. Reese makes a mistake past the triple and goes down, so gives it back to Steez, and Steez is able to give it, or take it rather, with a couple different bike links, and Reese makes another mistake in that rhythm section, so Steez is starting to check out already. Can he hold on to it, though, is the question. I think he can. He's definitely got the skill to do it, and Reese makes another mistake. Man, Reese is, I don't want to say he's throwing it away, but something's going on. You know, he's out of the flow state right now. He's going to have to try to get back into it. Maybe now that Pelster is behind him and he has a clean track in front of him with nothing to look at but Steez, then he'll be able to kind of hone back in and get back into his flow. But all of that has allowed Nightless to catch up just a little bit more, as he is sitting in third and still very capable of taking the number one spot in this race tonight, as he is only 5.5 seconds back from Steez. Does Nightless have cuts? I don't think so. So Steez coming across the finish line in first with a almost 4-second gap over his teammate Reese, but I think Reese does have a few cutting penalties. No, he actually doesn't. So it is a true 3.7 second gap at the end, or at the beginning of this lap. Nightless starting to back off just a little bit from where these riders are. So the top three are beginning to space out. We'll check on them in just a moment. Troy sitting in fourth. Dorian in fifth as he is trying to push his way up into this battle as well. Aiden currently sitting in the 6th place spot. Greg falls back to 7th. Gerb hanging on to 8th. FXR Aiden in 9th. And I believe it's going to be Beast who's still in 10th. But here we go. Your series points leader, Rubes, is trying to put the pressure on him now as he makes his way past him into the 10th place position. Rubes with still a 51.6 on this Yamaha, which was faster than the times he was running on his KTM. So I don't know what's going on with Rubes. Maybe the track is just a little tight and it's kind of hard for him to get by. So thank you guys for the follows as well. I will read those off just after the race, but I appreciate every one of it. And Nico for the sub, man. Thank you. So LeMunyon getting blue flags waved at him as he is in 15th position now, getting lapped by Steez. Steez continues to hold this gap and maybe put a little bit more space in between him and Reese. But there is just under 7 minutes left to go, so maybe 7 or 8 laps remain. Oh no, Commentator's Curse gets the best of Steez as he loops it out backwards, but fortunately for him, Reese makes a similar mistake in the background and is not able to capitalize. Unfortunately for Reese, Nightless now moves up into the 2nd place spot, and here we go. It's once again a 3-way battle for the lead as all 3 of these riders are within 2 seconds of one another. Reese gets the triple in that time very cleanly. Makes a little bit of a mistake there. Not going to be able to triple out, so it is going to be Nightless who gets a little bit of breathing room, but not enough to feel worry-free. If he makes a mistake, Reese is going to be there. Ranch moves over and lets Steez go by. Let's see if he will do the same for Reese and Knightless. Knightless does make a mistake, and Reese does get by, so he now falls back to third and is feeling pressure from Troy on the McMonster Kawasaki, who is in fourth, trying to push his way onto the podium. LeMunyon getting blue flags once again as he has race leaders coming in behind him. Can't tell if he knows it, but LeMunyon's a pretty smart rider, so I think he's just trying to outrun him at this point. But it's not going to work. So now he should be taking the corner wide. Troy does get around Knightless into the third place spot. So Knightless keeps falling back. Was in second, went back to third, now to fourth, and now he's feeling pressure from Aiden, who is in fifth. Oh no, both of them end up going down. Knightless is able to get back up on the bike quickly and back into the action. Let's go back up front here as Reese is caught up to Steez and is tire to tire with him as both of these guys are still in a battle for the lead. 4.5 minutes left to go. Just like that, Reese sends it over the top of Steez and takes this lead back, grabs it with two hands and pulls it in, man. Oh no! He goes down. Reese goes over the bars and loses it again. Tucks it once more in the corner and is going to lose positions to Troy as well. So Steez back into the number one spot. If there has ever been a time for Steez to realize a moto win in the 450 class, it is right now. I am pumped for this guy. I really hope he's able to pull it off. A 4-second gap over Troy. Troy may have cuts as well. It doesn't seem like that's a true 4-second gap, but that is what timing and scoring indicates, as it is now Aiden on the K-Bell Racing Suzuki who has moved up into the third place spot. This is going to be a great one for the YouTube channel if you guys are fans of Aiden MX. Knightless in fourth, and it is Reese who falls back to fifth, but unfortunately he has lap traffic in front of him as Ranch, Jones, and LeMunyon are all standing between him and the third place spot. So it's going to be a difficult situation for Reese to catch up in the next 3 minutes. So tragedy struck for him, and he fell back and went down bad. But good news for Steez, as he is in the lead. But Troy is trying to pressure him hard. Troy looking like Tomac out here with the clean Alpine Stars kit. And there we go. The lead has been cut in half. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Troy has probably a 1-second cutting penalty at the very least. But the pressure is on as the new battle for the lead is starting to ensue between Troy and Steez. But let's not forget about Aiden. Aiden with a 51.6, as I mentioned earlier, as his fastest lap. Steez with a 53. Troy with a 52. So Aiden could potentially continue to close this gap between himself and Troy, catch up and battle for second, and in doing so could push Troy to catch up to Steez, and we could see a three-way battle here within any of the next few laps if Aiden is able to run his fastest lap times. Steez makes a mistake in that rhythm section, but it's going to be Connor who gets into it with Troy and collects Troy. Steez is still in the lead, but here comes Aiden as he has completely caught him, and we now have a battle for the lead once more as Steez is in front. But Aiden on the K-Bell Suzuki is pushing hard for his first moto win as well. This is like true underdog success here, you guys. Both of these riders have been in every 450 main event all season long. It's come down to this. They are wanting to end this season strong, go into the next Supercross series with good motivation. This is like a Zach Osborne story or something, if you want to relate it to that, as he won Salt Lake in 2020 on the final round. So Steez and Aiden both putting on impressive rides out here. Let's see if they can get it done. 1:20 left to go, so I think effectively we have 3 laps remaining. We'll see. Steez makes a mistake over the finish line there, but Aiden is not yet, or was not able to capitalize. And it is Troy who holds on to the number 3 spot. Dude, as a commentator, I try to bring like unbiased coverage to the event and just call it how I see it, regardless of who I enjoy or am a fan of. But dude, I want Steez to win this so bad, and equally want Aiden to win this as bad. So I'm pumped right now to see this. Good news for Aiden is Steez is going to cross the finish line with 10 seconds left, which gives him an extra lap to play with. So the white flag will wave here in about 40 seconds or so as Steez crosses the finish line one final time. Aiden has 2 laps to make something happen. Wheeling through the whoops. Past his teammate Jin, who is probably fist pumping right now for his buddy. Aiden gets around Beast, trying to close in on Steez. Let's go on board with Aiden. Aiden getting a good drive through that section, closes in, dives to the inside, bar to bar over the triple. And there you have it. Aiden has taken the lead and gets the white flag as we come into our final lap. A pass for the lead on the final lap here in the 450 main. Aiden has turned on the afterburners, man. Triples in, gets a good double out. Steez does the same, though. Oh, anything could happen here as Aiden is blitzing through the whoops right now, trying to get away from Steez and take home his first moto win. I can see the thumbnail now. I kind of just got goosebumps, I'm not going to lie. Steez has got to hold on to it tight here. Let's see what he can do. He's not able to get the triple out, and Aiden does, so that right there is going to cost him the precious time that he needs. Oh no, he's off track. And just like that, it all slips away, guys. So one more corner remains for Aiden MX on the KVL Suzuki as he takes the win here in Salt Lake City 1 and captures what I believe is his first 450 main event win. Steez is going to finish in second. It is Troy who rounds out the podium in third. Reese will capture a 4th place finish here. And Dorian closes out your top 5. So unfortunately, LeFou, Nightless just misses out on it by 1 position. Stone Rider in 7th. Greg in 8th. Maybe. No, I think it's going to be Rubes who takes home the 8th place spot. So I still think Rubes has clinched the title here and will officially be eligible to run the number 1 plate tomorrow night, but we'll have to see just for sure after points are released. So 2 big stories tonight, if that is true. Aiden with his first win, and Rubes capturing the championship victory for the 450 class. So once again, your winner for tonight is Aiden. Your top 3, Steez and Troy. Reese and Dorian round out top 5, and it will be Nightless, Stone Rider, Rubes, FXR, Aiden, and Greg the